What is going on, guys? How y'all doing this late Thursday night? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I'm back up here live again for another live review of NXT. And I know my hair is starting to get super long, as I'm realizing, but let's let my mom give me a trim. Can't do anything about it. Maybe I'll let her do it this weekend. Who knows? But let me see here. In honor of Shad Gaspard, top 10 Crime Time moments. The thing is, I didn't get to see too much of Crime Time, though. I definitely have to go back and watch some videos for sure and try to, talk about them. But, I'll consider it in honor of Shad Gaspard for sure. Thank you for the suggestion, though, Mark. We're going to go back, though, now and talk about this week's episode of NXT. I thought it was a pretty good show. I actually really enjoyed it. We set up a match for next week as well. That's going to be pretty good between Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher. We also have some matches that are basically, announced or confirmed for NXT TakeOver in your house as well. That'll be a pretty darn good card that I'm excited for. Got a pretty good main event I thought we had on this show, and overall just a really good show. I gotta say, I enjoyed. Tyler's playing video games. What's up? And Mark says it looks like we're getting Io versus Rhea versus Charlotte. I think so as well, which is why, of course, also I put that in my NXT Takeover in Your House card prediction, which is already doing really good on views so far, guys. So thank you guys for the support with that as well. Let's get that Backlash card some views as well. I haven't had a card that had a lot of views in quite some time, like even before I was gone from YouTube for a while. But let's talk about this show and see what we got here, because I'm tired. Hopefully this one actually goes over well, and I'm not staying up as late as I did last night for sure. Although, again, this week, tomorrow's the last day I have to get up at 6:30 for work, because next week I go back to my normal shift of 9:30 to 6, so I get to sleep until 8 now during the week. Yay. Anyways, let's talk about this show, because, again, it was a pretty good show. We opened up with Karrion Kross squashing Liam Gray with his submission called the Cross Jacket. Afterwards, as him and Scarlett were about to embrace, Tommaso Ciampa's here. The first time we've seen Ciampa since he got beat down by Karrion Kross backstage, when Ciampa was admitting that Johnny was the better man in their Rebel Heart versus Blackheart match. Ciampa came out, introduces himself, says the King Cross is standing in, not King's Cross stage from Harry Potter. All this is Ciampa's home. But Cross already knew that, didn't he? Because Ciampa even kind of respects it. He puts over Cross's aura, his size, and his killer entrance. Even in the locker room full of talent like NXT, Karrion Kross stands out. Very true already does. Then Scarlett holds the ropes for him so he can get in the ring. But Ciampa reminds us, you know who else is special? Me. And he makes the match for In Your House and says, "Welcome to the main event." And he walks out of the ring, and the match is official. We're getting Tommaso Ciampa and Karrion Kross at In Your House, which could be a very, very good show-stealing match, definitely. I mean, I don't see Kross squashing Ciampa. I think him and Ciampa will put on a pretty darn good match and make Kross earn his spot, his money's worth in NXT for sure. Again, the theme music is already badass. I'm loving it. I'm already tempted to download it and put it on my phone. He's looking strong. Him and Scarlett, I think, are looking like a great duo together for sure. So, yeah, we're probably going to see that. We're seeing that match In Your House. I look forward to seeing what these two can do for sure, and giving Kross a longer match like the squash match. So we'll see what he does, but I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are as well too. So we then have the last Group B match in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament. Basically, the winner of this match will be the winner of Group B. Akira Tozawa taking on El Hijo del Fantasma. And I thought it was a good match. Okay, I just still don't get why. I mean, maybe because he's a main roster superstar, but I kind of don't get why they kind of gave, Akira Tozawa as big of a spotlight in this tournament like he did. I mean, to keep his credibility, since he, again, is meant to be on the main roster, make it look strong, but, especially, Isaiah Swerve Scott could have been, like, a finalist. Jack Gallagher, I'm still waiting for him to be a finalist, because I'm tired of seeing him, get ripped off in his booking. I still feel like he deserves a shot, since even before Triple H took over 205 Live, Jack Gallagher had one of the best cruiserweight matches when he had a match with Neville at Fastlane in 2017. In my opinion, it's still one of the best cruiserweight matches I've seen in WWE, well, before the Triple H era. And then, of course, we had, Cedric, Murphy, and Ali, tearing it up on the show, especially Murphy and Ali. But I still didn't get why they kind of gave Tozawa as big of a spotlight as he did. But he still had an excellent match, and the winner was El Hijo del Fantasma, and he is going to face the winner of Group A in the Cruiserweight Championship Tournament. I guess you're going to wait and do that at TakeOver in your house. Not sure. We'll see. But, so El Hijo del Fantasma wins Group A. And there was, of course, a second match later on the show. We'll get to that in a little bit. We're going to get a recap of what happened last week with Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher. Thatcher wants to go at it again. He doesn't want a fluke pin, though. He wants to either tap out or knock out only. Riddle, pick the time, pick the place, he'll be there, because he wants this fight. We then get a video package for Shotzi Blackheart about her love of tanks and punk rock. She crushes some cars with her tank to show what she's going to do to the women's division, especially to Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and also Candice LeRae. Basically, 3 heels, pretty much, that she was jumping on, just to prove that she's still a babyface. I kind of like this segment. Again, they've really been giving the spotlight to Shotzi Blackheart immediately. She was the one who eliminated Shayna Baszler in a number of contenders Battle Royale. She even got a spot in the Royal Rumble match. She ran the gauntlet in that second chance qualify ladder match. She has to qualify for that women's number 1 contenders ladder match that would take place at NXT TakeOver Tampa Bay. So obviously they see something in her, and I liked how they kind of allow us to get to know her a little bit more. Help me kind of get behind her a little bit, but I'm still still getting to know her, still trying to grow on her for sure, and see what she has to offer in the tank. No pun intended. So we'll see, but a good segment to help us get to know Shotzi. Speaking of women, we had Mia Yim squash Santana Garrett with the protect your neck, and of course they mentioned how last week at the Gargano dinner table, Candice and Johnny were targeting Mia Yim and her real life boyfriend Keith Lee. Except they didn't mention that they were a couple. They just, mentioned that they were a duo, pretty much, or whatnot. Didn't, express that because WWE, if you're a couple, oh my gosh, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are a couple. Just beat it to death and just make them not feel cool because of it. Extreme Rules last year. Anyways. So, after Rhea wins, out comes Johnny and Candice. Johnny was literally singing her theme as he accompanies Candice LeRae. LeRae congrats Mia on her win. Finally. But she got her big opportunity against Charlotte last week. And she dropped the ball. She was too busy pandering to them. If Candice had gotten this opportunity, she wouldn't have fumbled it. Johnny says they're going to show her what happens in NXT when you get handed opportunities you don't deserve. And then Yim takes out Johnny with a kick. I kind of hope they don't have Johnny become the one who just gets beat up by the women or something like that. That's gonna literally kind of turn me off from his character a little bit, because it should be the case for Johnny. I don't want to see another Sami Zayn type booking heel for him, as even though he's probably being the heel Sami Zayn should be, but actually getting better booking. But of course, wait and see. But then Candice comes from behind and starts beating down on Mia. And then Johnny pulls the rope, and Mia was pretty much doomed until Keith Lee came out and sent Gargano and LeRae scrambling back up the ramp. And then and then he just helps up Mia, and they're all okay. But of course, they're getting set up for a match at Takeover in Your House, which Keith announced later on. We then get a recap of Cameron Grimes beating Finn Balor, and also how Damian Priest was revealed as Finn Balor's attacker. Grimes cuts a promo from somewhere outside. He puts over his win, and he says he used to look up to Balor, but now it's Grime time. And of course, also we'll hear from Damian Priest later on as well. Mackenzie McNeil then interviews Drake Maverick, saying how he's got to come up with a way to pin or submit the best wrestler in the world tonight in Kushida. Last time he checked, he's no Bret Hart, but he's done second guessing himself. He has to win this match, keep himself alive in this tournament. Next week, we're told that next week that Adam Cole is going to have a 1-year celebration for being 1 year since he became NXT champion, which should be interesting. And Roderick Strong took on Dexter Lumis. Obviously, of course, Dexter Lumis has been randomly helping out Velveteen Dream. Still no rhyme or reason why, but he's been doing it. So the Undisputed Era obviously has been going after him. Wasn't a bad match. Roderick Strong though gets a win by roll up. But after the match, though, Lumis grabs Strong with the Kata Gatame, but then the Era is trying to break him up, but Dexter won't let go when they kick him. And then they eventually try to triple team him, or quadruple team him, whatever it's called, and then Velveteen Dream came out and took them all out. He goes with Lumis on the floor, while Lumis was stroking Strong's head, and then I guess we're getting another match with Cole and Dream. Again, I said the only way I could see it in my car predictions, I put it as a steel cage match because obviously, Dream wants to prove he can beat Cole without any distractions or anybody else getting involved. So I guess that's where we're going. I kind of wonder if maybe they'll do Hell in a Cell also because of what they put Velveteen Dream through, but I don't see Hell in a Cell for Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream. I did see Hell in a Cell for Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Heck, even Karrion Kross and Tommaso Ciampa would be Hell in a Cell worthy. But as far as Cole and Dream, this is a regular steel cage if that's what they go with. Look at that match. Look at that. And then we see Rhea Ripley get ready for her match later on in the main event. During the break, the mysterious minivan luchadors try to attack Tozawa and take him away, but El Hijo del Fantasma runs them off and saves him. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch had a very hard-hitting match. They quickly squashed Ever-Rise. Don't know if they're teasing them to have a match with Imperium for the tag titles, which would be pretty cool. And then Keith Lee was interviewed. He requested it. He saw a dinner with the Garganos and wants to know who in the Blue Heel records themselves eating dinner. I do, just kidding. But he doesn't have an issue with what they said about him, but he has a problem with what they did tonight. He has a feeling that problem ends at TakeOver. Go and tell the world. Does this mean it's going to be a mixed tag match, or is it just a one-on-one match with Lee and Gargano for the North American Championship? We'll have to wait and see. Then we have Matt Riddle responding to Timothy Thatcher's request, where he calls him Trashy Tim. Tim's no stallion, he's a putz, and Riddle's down for a knockout or tap-out match. But where, though? He says, I got it. Somewhere familiar. A cage. We're going to get a freaking cage fight between Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher. They both have MMA physical styles to them. That's going to be a good match. I think it's going to take place next week. That'll be a freaking awesome match. Look forward to seeing it. Speaking of an awesome match, this match was excellent. Kushida versus Drake Maverick. And Drake Maverick needed to win this, or else Kushida was going to be going on to face El Hijo del Fantasma. I think this was an excellent match. Great storytelling. Kushida was going after the arm because obviously an armbar submission is his specialty, and he wanted to wear down the arm of Drake Maverick. And Drake went in there obviously knowing that was the plan, and several times he was in pain. But several times he was telling the referee, do not stop this match. And that he was going to be, that he was going to be fighting for it till the end because he needs this win. He did not want to quit. And exactly what happened, because believe it or not, he rolled up Kushida and won the match. And afterwards, it was announced there's a 3-way tie and an even record against each other. We're going to have a triple threat match next week to continue the winner of Group A between Maverick, Kushida, and Jake Atlas. But excellent match. Starting to wonder now, though, what's really going on with Maverick. Did they release him, or is this all a work? We'll have to wait and see. But that was awesome as well. Damian Priest eventually challenged Finn Balor to a match at TakeOver in Your House, which could be good, but again, I'm still a little confused as to if Finn Balor is supposed to be a babyface or if he's still a heel. Who knows? But that'll be a good match. And in our main event, we had Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai. I thought it was a very good back and forth physical match between these two, obviously hungry for another shot at Charlotte Flair. And speaking of the champion that's overexposed on all brands, this should be the only brand she should be appearing on right now. She shows up and just watches the match, but eventually, after Rhea and Io beat the crap out of each other, Charlotte gets involved and causes a disqualification. She would then beat down the two of them and then stand tall on top of the both of them as we went off the air. But that's going to do it, guys. Gave the show an A-. I thought that this was a very good edition of NXT. The women thought a great main event. I liked the Cruiserweight Championship tournament matches, especially the one with Kushida and Drake Maverick. Told an excellent story. I like what they did with Johnny, Candice, Mia, and Keith. I think that's going to roll on good. I love the opening segment with Ciampa and Karrion Kross as well. So we have a lot to look forward to, definitely, for TakeOver in Your House next month in a few weeks. And of course, guys, I said before, make sure to definitely check out my card predictions videos for TakeOver in Your House, and also my Backlash card predictions. Make sure to check those out for sure. I would like to get good views on those, but we'll have to wait and see. But guys, what are your thoughts on NXT? Let's check the live chat first before I go off the air. I'm getting pretty tired. Who's facing Adam Cole? It's looking like Velveteen Dream again. Top 10 storylines that the wrong person won. That'd be a good idea. Who's going to try to dethrone Imperium for the tag titles? I have no idea at this point, honestly. Especially since, Riddle and Stallion Pete probably aren't going to get back together. I did not hear that apparently Ember Moon thinks her injured and her career, which that definitely sucks if that's the case. WWE games have better storylines than real life WWE. Ain't that the truth? We know Drake didn't win because he's gone, unfortunately. Right? Yeah. NXT is better than Raw and SmackDown. Definitely, he gave NXT an A. Good stuff, guys. Thank you, Mark and Tyler, for your time in the live chat. And that's gonna do it, guys. Again, I'm sorry, but I'm tired. Again, it's been a couple crazy days of me trying to get some things done. Hopefully next week, again, once I start working my normal shift again, things will get a little back to normal, and I can sleep in a little bit longer during the week. Not get up at 6:30, get up at 8 o'clock instead. Sounds good to me, guys. But that's going to do it, guys. What are your thoughts on NXT? Leave us down in the comment section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video, subscribe or comment on my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93. And until then, guys, I'll see you all later. Have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you tomorrow for my Double or Nothing predictions and my SmackDown review as well. So until then, guys, have a great night. Peace out, everybody. Yeah, no, I will surprise. There's no escape.